Alright, please don't mind the noise in the background because I've got two kids, 1 and 2, and they're sitting right there in the other room looking at me. I ordered this from Joy, and I wanted to put it in my truck, but when I got it, I was like, you know what, this is worth taking a video of because I didn't see any other units like it on the YouTubes, so it might be helpful to somebody. But then I also noticed that there's a bunch of things that I didn't really like about at least the box and the packaging. So, first things first, it's still closed. I got a pretty big box, and it's shaking and rattling. And what I did order was the 13-inch touchscreen unit that twists back and forth, so you can do vertical or horizontal. And it should be in the box. I also ordered the 2 cameras, one for the front, one for the rear, and I also ordered the OBD2 plug. I'm going to go ahead and open the box, but I'm going to move the camera first, and then we'll start again here in a second. Now I went ahead and cut the box open, and I kind of rummaged through it real quick, but to be on the upfront side, I live in California, and I ordered it out of the US warehouse that was available in the US. So it shipped out of California to California. So, you know, maybe they just packaged it like this because it's going a few miles, but I don't know. I'm not happy with it. So when you open it, there's no packaging material at all. There's just a few boxes in there, sitting just like that. Obviously that box wasn't open. I kind of just opened it, but I have not taken it apart yet. And so there's a little box that rattles, another little box that rattles, a box that doesn't rattle, and then the OBD2 plug, which I just opened already. So that's the OBD2 plug, and the disc for it seems to be nicely packaged. I'm gonna take the big box out of here, and we're looking at these things individually now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them open. So this one says, oh, this is the TPS tire pressure monitoring system. Looks to be in a decent condition still. I think it's just a plug, a box, and a bunch of little sensors that go on your tires. Because I have an old F250, so it's gonna benefit from this. So I'm just gonna lay them out here. That's OBD2, TPS. This one says the rear view camera. Rear view camera looks good. I mean, again, it's just loose in the box, and the box was loose inside of the other box, but it looks to be in decent shape still. And this one is the front view camera. And it looks about the same as the rear view camera, just poorly packaged, I think. You know, when things move around like this, if you're shipping them, they're hitting bumps and stuff, they're not going to last long. So now I haven't opened this one, taken it out, but it also shakes a little, but not as bad. And we're going to go ahead and open this one. This is the main unit, and that's my main concern. Let me make sure we can see it on camera, really. Yeah, we can see it. All right. So let me get my knife and my stylus out of the way. So we're presented with the big old box inside of the other big old box. So that's good. That box is empty. We're going to toss it aside. And here's the box where everything's at. It's a little loose, but hopefully it's nothing major. So we have an owner's manual. And just, I'm sure all of them are the same. It's just plugs and stuff. So we've got the main harness. This plugs into the back of the radio, and it gives it the main power and speaker wires if you are connecting speakers without amps. Let's see what else is on there. So we've got the main plug, which just gives you power. So black, yellow, red are negative, live, and accessory. Orange is going to be your key, and then greens are going to be rear left, whites are going to be front left, grays are front right, and purples are rear right. That's when it comes to speakers. Then you've got rear view camera in. You've got antenna for power antenna, so if your antenna goes up and down, this will power it. You've got amp, so this turns on your amp. Well, I don't know why it's orange, usually amp is blue with white. And then you've got brake, blue and white, usually it's green. And then back, which I'm assuming this powers up the backup camera maybe. That's reverse possibly. And then key 1 and key 2 are usually for the steering wheel controls for volume up and down, stuff like that. So that's all on the main plug. We've got an antenna of sorts, that's the 4G antenna. we've got another 4G antenna, and they seem to be identical with the same plug, so I'm guessing it has 2 inlets. We have this just casing where all the wires were. We have a microphone, so I believe the unit has a built-in microphone, but it also gives you an auxiliary microphone. And then we have this looks like to be, it says GPS antenna, and 2 USB extensions. So we've got 2 4G antennas, a GPS antenna, extensions, and a microphone, and the main plug. We've got another box here, and this I'm guessing is the main unit, which looks like it's kind of just shoved in there. I'm guessing the box may be for the regular unit that doesn't have the front piece on it. So this unit right here is a little different than the average joying that you get, because, this box is away, this has that front panel that is supposed to twist to allow the unit, oh there you go, to go vertical or horizontal. Now, it's nice and tight when it's turning it, but that right there is a little bit of wobble, and that's hopefully the unit, oh yeah, that's quite a bit of wobble. Hopefully the unit doesn't wobble, like shake sideways when you're driving, but I'm hoping it doesn't. So that's the front of the unit. The main plug goes to the screen, which we'll show in a second. I'm assuming it clips in and clips in. The back of the unit has a slot for the SIM card. Right, yeah, so you push that little cover off and it goes to SIM. Then you've got a 1 USB and another and another. So you've got 3 USBs, which is nice. Then you've got GPS antenna in, 4G and 4G. So 4G DIV, 4G PRI. So I don't know what that is. Radio antenna, microphone input. And then one of the USBs says OTG. So OTG means you can run this as the main and get things into it or out of it. Then you've got line in and then video in. Then lines out, front and rear, and then sub, and it's got digital audio. It's also got optical digital audio, and that's where the main plug goes. Then we've got front camera, so kind of like the rear camera. We've got a dedicated center channel, so if you run 5.1, you can do that with this. And then you've got IR, which is, I'm guessing, for wireless remote extensions. You can put a little LED that senses it. CAN in, and then CAN out and key. So these are plugged into each other, and I think you could do, oh, this will allow it to do key or CAN. So if you unplug the key and you plug in the CAN, then it'll sense CAN, I'm guessing. But I'm not familiar with CAN, my truck doesn't have it. And then we've got some sort of an antenna, which I'm guessing maybe Bluetooth or something. That's it, that's on the main unit. And I'm gonna go mind the babies. And now for the last part, the screen itself seems to be okay, not shaking at all. Ooh, looks nice. Ooh, it's a big screen. I'm excited about this. I'm going from a 10.1 to this. Oh, this is nice. I'm hoping, yeah, there's a protective cover on there. Yeah, that's what was scratched. So here's what it's gonna look like after I take the cover off. But I'm not gonna take it off till I'm done installing it. The back of it looks pretty clean, looks pretty sturdy. There's no shaking or nothing. And that's how it clips onto the other unit. So it's gonna, these 2 round things will go into those 2 round things here. And then these will clip onto the other edge. So I'll click it in afterwards, but it's gonna sit something like so. All right, very good. So it doesn't look like anything is broken, but I hope nothing is broken. And we will be at a part 2 where I'm installing it. And taking out my Extron 10.1, which I loved and hated at the same time. There are videos about that in my channel.